after you, Alphonse. That's about it.
Now, what do you think about the kamikaze pilots? They were crazy or brave or desperate?
I would call them desperate if I had to use one word. Desperate and inexperienced, thank God. If they had been experienced pilots, they would have sunk the ship in no time.
I think they lost a lot of good pilots doing that.
Oh, they lost the Marianas Turkey shoot is where they lost all the good pilots. And then just prior to Iwo Jima, there was an air battle, and they lost many then too. Yeah, they were desperate. Yeah. And the good pilots they had normally would escort so we were told, and I believe it makes sense. The good pilots were kept in reserve, and they escorted the inexperienced pilots to the general area. So.
I bet it's hard. In one sense, you want to celebrate, and then, but there were so many people that died too, so many sailors. So, but it's kind of bittersweet once it all is over.
Oh, absolutely. It always is when you think about it, and you know, you wonder. I think every serviceman that survives anything wonders why he was lucky enough to survive. Well, you're right. It's a bit of a. I lost one of my best friends that day. He was our navigator. In fact, yeah, he was quite a man. You mind if I tell you this story?
Okay.
Well, he came aboard in Pearl Harbor, and as we were going to the forward area, and whenever an officer came aboard ship, we got wind of it, and we all would look over the side of the ship to see what he was like. So these two officers come down the gangway, or down the pier. One of them was spit and polish. I mean, just you could see he was just nice, pressed uniform, tie, shiny shoes. The other one was, well, he wasn't sloppy, but he was not quite as, So we said, okay, the guy on the left, he's an Annapolis man. The guy on the right, he's a reservist. It turned out to be just the other way around. And the one that we thought was somewhat sloppy was Clarence Thompson, his name. He turned out to be our navigator. Well, I worked very closely with him. The great guy, just a great guy. And during the action, his station was in CIC, which would be over that way. Well, once the action started, he couldn't do anything. And the planes were coming in, and they weren't directing them anyway. Yeah. Well, he heard that there were fires back aft. So he went back aft on his own and volunteered to fight fires that were raging right below Mount 53. And he took 2 men with him to fight fires. And while he was down there, 2 more planes hit right above him. He was killed as the other 2 men. And I feel that if it hadn't been for his action, that we would have saw it. Because if the ammunition had gone off, that would have blown the Panther off the ship. So I do remember the next morning they brought his body up from the below decks, and I just happened to just pass by when they brought him up, and it looked as if he was sleeping. There was no damage to his body or anything like that. He must have been killed by concussion. And what the reason I tell you this, is that the first thing his mother asked me was, how did he look? Did he, was he badly damaged? And I was able to say truthfully, no, he was like he was sleeping. And she really was, appreciated that. Yeah, he was a good man. He received the Navy Cross. That's about it.
Thank you, sir.